Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for Atletico Ottawa versus York United in the Telus Canadian Championship. Let's start.
Scrappy.
My bad, I forgot to turn off the volume. I thought I did anyway. Alright, building up from the back. What I do like is how quick it happens. I know my network, not network, but it lagged for a bit there, but anyway. How quick it happens, and it's how he's already behind him. And then now, because he got beaten so easily, it simply means he has a choice to make. Does he decide to follow, or maybe just hold that run there up until maybe he reaches here, so he can make that run, make that challenge, because he knows in behind him there's someone, so he cannot be that quick to go to that side. But because of one person gets beaten, problems start to so at this point he decides, I'm going to do it. So he does it nearby, what's this, near the 18-yard line. Could he have done it earlier? That would have posed a greater risk of that ball being played behind a little earlier, and that meant he would have left a lot of space. But then now that I look at it, there's someone here to cover. I probably should have caught that on first glance, because he gets turned way too easy. I think it's also the guy is also very quick, the one that's on the ball. Because if you look at it, I mean, I understand he's trying to help out his teammate here by covering him, or just being but I do feel he could have gone there earlier, and then he could have probably gone to cover for him in that particular space. But anyway, that didn't happen. The player continues to run forward with the ball. And then now at this point, it's very dangerous because your momentum going this way. And if everyone's going this way, there's going to be space in behind where if I'm a striker or an attacking player, I'll just stand, because I know everyone is going to be moving forward. They're all paying attention to the ball, not me. So I can stand and just wait. And he does it so well, plays it in behind, goal. Yeah, Alto Belly. Alto, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And Carlsberg as a sponsor. But one thing I do like is that he gets beaten, but he doesn't stay beat. He continues to run. So for that, check. You got beaten, but you're not supposed to get beaten in the first place. But you know what? You take the L and you continue to run forward, because other players will just stand. But he makes sure. So it wasn't supposed to happen, but it's a good sign that he tracked back all the way. He made that run, and my battery seems to be low. And then maybe better. He could have done better, because he just tricks him, slows down that just to offset him, and then explodes past him. And also has the awareness to play that ball in behind for his teammate to score. Great goal. Alright, let's head on to the next goal of the match. Alright, so everything seems to be normal here until pass into this, specific area, in and around people, but no one can do anything about him. Strange. And then he sees this pass. He was able to receive the ball, look down, and be able to make this pass. Someone should have definitely pressured him, or just made him move, because they definitely have more than enough presence to convince him otherwise. And because I had a feeling even if he had the ball for like 2 or 3 seconds, no one would have gone to approach him. And there's so many people. Even it seems that's the referee. Alright, so he switches it out wide. He gets past his man, and then he identifies the space here. This space in between these two center backs, I'm assuming, could be a fullback and center back. Not really sure. Oh, okay. There's my mouse. I lost the mouse for a bit there. He identifies the space. He makes sure to pull that ball in a nice area. Lays it so well for him, such that it's one of those goals or a ball that's played in that just says hit. And according to the commentators, that's his weak foot, and that's a really good strike. Really good strike. So So number 32 sees everything that's happening. We assume his field of vision is here, could be greater. He sees everything that's happening and still decides not to track. He just lets it be, and this gap is too big. Number 4 there. Oh, sorry, I don't know if that's, I don't know. Number, I think that's number 8. Yeah, maybe could have been in a position to block it, but nope, and that's a good strike. Let's head on to the next goal of the match. Alright, holds it up well. I know it looks like it hits him, but at least the second ball reaches his teammate, so we can give him that credit. Now here, I know for a fact he did not really actually get hurt. He is trying to buy a foul. He's trying to buy it. Because of the way he goes down, he's looking for the ref to help him. I mean, it's so obvious. And the funny thing is, if he stayed up, he would have been in a position to help track back. And you will see in a few moments why that is important. He walks, so which means if this guy was still standing, he would have definitely caught up to him. And not even that, he would have been in a position to track back, and this is the space that where that pass, where the pass gets played into. And if he was standing, tracked back, he probably would have cut that off, or would have been in a better position to try and block off this. But because he wants to buy a foul, he puts his team in more danger. He plays it. That's a nice ball, and then it's a good finish. The keeper could have done better, but you miss every shot you don't take, and he definitely didn't miss that one. Yeah, because if he stood up and then started running back as quick as he could, he would have been in a position to slow him down or get the ball or even intercept, but instead he doesn't. And he's in a really good amount of space. He hits it first time. Keeper definitely could have done better, but hey, if it goes in, it goes in. Alright, so all 3 goals in this game were scored in the first half. So if you're the next chances I'll be analyzing did not lead to goals, but they are talking points that I do think would benefit 1 or 2. So if you just wanted to check for the goals, you can end here. If you want to continue, which would be really great, let's go. Alright, somewhere here. Now, why I would like to, this is a chance, but it's also great defending. Alright, so he at least, at least here, this makes sense, because number 4 here has to fight for that. He has to fight. The player that's in front of him at least jumps with him. He makes it that much harder to get that header off. Number 21, very good block. Because some people feel demotivated, but he just got something on it, took the pace off the ball, and woof, almost kicked his keeper, but he made sure the keeper held it, and the keeper made sure that ball was held tight. But yeah, that's how it is. Just anticipating where the shot would go and being in front of it. That's sometimes very, very helpful. Helpful here indeed, because it does prevent a almost certain goal. Yeah, just him being here, and that's why it's so important to try and, how can I say this, run to block or cover the space where you think the shot will be, because that's a difference. It could deflect into your own goal, but you also could prevent a goal. So helpful. Keeper here, excellent. Alright, next chance. Somewhere here. It's lovely because they were building from the back. This was a free kick here. But now here, this was lovely to watch. They were building out from the back. Played a pass. What I do like is that he's patient. He doesn't try to force things, and he makes sure that the pass keeps moving forward. Because other people here, where they see a man, they pass it back, and then it just continues getting passed around here, and it's really frustrating to watch sometimes. Passes to his teammate, and then here, I feel this is a bit brash. You don't have to go down, because you leave your teammates a man down up front. But he lays it off, and then immediately he plays it into space because he knows he'll be with that ball. Striker here in between the 2 center backs, just waiting because he knows his teammate can see that pass. He can, and at this point, I can understand why he's here. Either you go, either you stay. He decided to stay. He made his decision, and nothing much you could do. There was just too much space. Now for here, I feel the striker could have hit it at this point here. Oh no, I've actually, I don't know why this happens. No, I know why it happens, but it just happens. The striker could have definitely hit it earlier. It's a good run. Now here at this point, hit. If he hits it here, it's a definitely a shot on target, because at this point the defender is behind him. The defender is behind him, and if he was, by the time he slides for the ball, the ball has probably traveled. I do feel this was the best point. This was the best point to hit the ball, but instead he drags it wide in order to get a better shot. Unfortunately, it just leads to him going much wider from the goal, and yeah, he couldn't score from there. He could not, but and here is where he takes that extra touch. That's where he could have struck the ball. He didn't have that much time, and at that point, good closing down from the defender, because he prevented an almost certain goal, because we know how clinical Salter can be. Now here I wanted to highlight this here. Not here, but what happens, but here he misjudges the bounce. Sometimes best thing you can do, rather than trying to predict the bounce, prevent the opponent from getting that ball. So it's in a position where you hold him off and then you run to clear that ball, pass it to someone else. Unfortunately, he misjudges the bounce. And here is why I'd like to highlight this, is because yes, they lost possession, but what I do like, if this pass is played right, I'm waffling. Let me talk a bit more clear. As this pass is played here, look at the commitment. Two players running for that ball. They are running, making sure that even if he hits it, they get a block on. And I do feel this does put the striker in that pressure whereby he has to take this shot whether he likes it or not. And the funny thing is that he would actually just flick it behind, but at that point he's not thinking about that. He's thinking, I have to shoot, I have to shoot, I have to shoot. I have to shoot, I have to shoot, I have to shoot. And this is really good defending, because just from their presence and intention, he hits it wide. And he had his teammate coming here who would have had a really good sight on goal and good shot, but because of the pressure from these two, yeah, it's mainly pressure. I think an experienced vet would have probably tried and lay it off, but because of that pressure, kudos to both these two defenders here. They did a very good job. Yeah, otherwise those are the main chances I wanted to talk about. Great game, and apparently this is the first leg, so can't wait to analyze the second leg too. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next match analysis.